it up because I saw it, but I don't understand how you could mess up something that already had a written script that was very good. Why would you not just use the script that was
not a
already
written
there?
script, a written story.
Well,
Every Fox X-Men movie.
Again, something with a written story that they ruined.
the Fox X-Men movies are nice when you don't watch them within the scope of the comic books.
Yes.
If you watch them by themselves,
No.
they're okay.
X-Men 3 was
Okay, we don't talk about
narrative
X-Men 3.
nightmare.
That was
Actually,
I just like to say
listen.
X-Men 2 as Nightcrawler and
I liked the
That's how
first
they did
one.
Nightcrawler.
I liked both variations of Nightcrawler.
Me too.
Yeah.
Quicksilver's, both the Quicksilver's major scenes were awesome. But if you take these things out of the movie, then it takes all the reason we were watching it in the first place.
Yeah.
I like the
Because
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't really expect to see another Quicksilver scene like we saw in
Yeah.
Days of Future,
yeah.
and I felt like it actually ran a little long,
Yeah.
a little bit, which is ironic when you're talking about
Because it's
Quicksilver.
supposed to make you feel like there's a suspension of time.
Right,
So it's like,
but-
why is this taking forever? Oh, it's not.
Right, right. So, and their choice for that Quicksilver, I actually liked him better than the other one.
I like all the cosplays of Quicksilvers that come from like that film.
Yes.
They all look so cool, and I'm
Yes.
like, I want to do that, but I would not look that cool with
I've
like, silver
actually
hair.
not ever seen the other one from
You didn't
Age
see
of Ultron.
Age of Ultron?
I've very rarely
I
seen
only
that
ever
one.
see him with
Oh, in
the
a
Scarlet
cosplay.
Witches.
Yeah.
I don't ever see him.
Because people are like,
set by
I
themselves.
really like this Quicksilver.
Well, it's
But
like
it's
it
mostly-
doesn't. It's not really a costume.
It's mostly just like spandex.
Yes, right.
It's just like lycra running away.
And,
you're
and
done.
for my two cosplayers, that's actually a really good question, because there are a lot of things that shows and stuff that I love, just absolutely love. When you want to go to cosplay and you're like, that's not really a costume.
Yeah.
Have you ever had somebody do something where you're like, I want to cosplay that, but it's not really a cosplay?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Did you just say no and why?
I said yeah. Like Indiana Jones. Like he's
Actually,
just
I
wearing
love
normal
your
clothes.
I love your Indiana Jones,
Well,
and the
yeah,
fact that
yeah.
you're talented with that whip is actually kind of.
Oh yeah, I'm really talented with the whip.
Okay,
Gabby's
back
like,
over to Gabby.
Yeah, there's plenty of cosplay because there's plenty of blonde girls that I could play and stuff. But like Laura Croft, I really like Laura Croft, but she's just wearing like a t-shirt and pants, and she's dirty and like
She was out doing yard work.
yeah, or like
Yeah.
Uncharted cosplays, like
Any cosplay from any anime ever,
Yeah.
where they just wear clothes.
definitely. Or
It's like we
there's a
look all
couple of
normal.
Star Wars ones that like I really want to do a Twilight cosplay, but outside of doing that, like to join the 501st or something,
Yeah.
I'd have to do something else. But a lot of them are just like uniforms.
Yeah.
Not specific
I
characters.
feel like if I have to ask you what your cosplay is of, it's not a very good cosplay. Not like people who are from obscure things, fine,
Yeah.
whatever. But if you're wearing like jeans and a t-shirt and I walk up to you and I'm like, oh, hey, and then you're like, I'm wearing a cosplay. I'm something important from someone you've never heard of. Look at me and my jeans.
I'm just
For example,
just random
because
stand
I've
off the
seen this
street.
happen, The Magicians.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, totally.
Amazing show.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've been wanting to cosplay it.
I just want the clothes from it. Because, like, all the clothes are so amazing.
so amazing.
Especially the
Actually,
angry
I
hedge
just want
witch
the
runner.
spells.
That chick.
I just want Alice.
Well,
I
yeah.
just want the
Right.
girl who runs the
Right.
hedge witch thing faction. I like her.
Oh, well, you're not caught up, are you?
No.
Okay, never mind. Anyway, moving on. Moving on. You can want all you want, dear.
Oh, there goes my name.
So we were talking about the Pirates in the sequel, and then I need to talk about the other sequel because I actually did finally watch it. And
The
shame
sequel
on
to
them.
Pirates?
No. The other sequel that seems to go on, Fast and the Furious 18 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fast and the Furious,
Furiouser.
whatever.
Faster and
Fast and
Furiouser.
the Furious meets Transformers.
Actually, it's gonna be Fast and the
Isn't that
Furious
just
in the nursing
that
home
one,
with the get
that one,
Scootin' Goes or
cartoon
something.
they put on Netflix,
Yeah.
Voltron?
What were they thinking? I mean, this is Vin Diesel's property.
Do you really want to know what they were
It
thinking?
makes money.
Because they were thinking we can make more money off of this. Let's make a
They
sequel.
couldn't have made any money off of that.
Oh, they made a shit.
They've made a lot of money off of that.
No.
Nope.
No.
Oh, that was so
Nope.
bad.
That was a very
though.
high-grossing movie.
I thought it was going
let
to
me get
fall
the box
apart
office
after
for you.
Paul
Yeah.
Walker died, but they're like, well,
It was really
I could have
great.
sworn
No.
because it was so bad. Have you seen it?
not the recent one.
I did not go see it either.
You didn't. You're not missing anything.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
so
what I
used to
figured.
the
I haven't
original
seen
ones
any of
where it
them.
was about
Yeah.
car racing and like
1.16 billion.
Jesus.
What did they spend on it though? Did they make back their money?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, they had to
250
have.
million.
Yeah, they didn't.
damn.
They didn't hardly spend. I mean, they spent some, but not nearly. Most of it was CGI. Most of the. For some reason, they did get a Lamborghini for no. I don't know. It was just the stupidest thing I ever saw.
Let's blow up a
So
real
are
Lamborghini.
you
It'll be
telling me
fun.
like car scenes were CGI'd?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. They had, I mean,
Was that the one
entire
where
scene
they
in the
like
Arctic-
went out the buildings and
No,
there
that
was
was
like
the
a parking
last one.
garage? That was the last one.
That was the last
Jesus
one.
Christ!
and that was
Does
a
it matter?
$5 million car. So
Are they all the same?
They're all the same cars.
they had 3 nice cars in it
No, I meant.
total.
Are they all the same movie?
This one was a little different. It was actually almost story heavy. It was weird.
I thought this
So
was.
it's not
I
just
thought this
cars
like
and-
prided
Cars and
itself
guns.
on being an action.
less cars
movie.
and more acting in this. There was so much wrong with it. I mean, if they had taken this particular story and taken away the Fast and the Furious moniker, or even it actually might have been a halfway decent action flick if they had taken it out of the hands of the Fast and the Furious.
Sure.
But who knows? Back to back to sequels, and the thing that Brandon doesn't really want to talk to me about, but I have
Because he's
mine.
wrong.
I'm not wrong.
Oh my god!
I am so not wrong.
They have this argument like every day.
I need to hear this argument.
I
What
am
is it?
so not wrong. Fans, if you have not seen Guardians of the Galaxy, this is the point in which you want to fast forward through our show. Because there are spoilers. Because there's some things we have to delve into.
There are big spoilers,
Big, huge spoilers.
not like small spoilers like I thought there would be.
Groot came back.
Listen,
No.
You spoiled the whole thing.
I am all about making money. I'm as greedy as the next guy. But there is and you read comic books, there is a large amount of story you can get from the Guardians of the Galaxy storyline.
Yeah. Should have brought Captain Marvel into it or something.
I love Captain Marvel.
They have a Marvel movie planned.
I don't care.
That's actually never going to make it off the ground. They've tried it like for 10 years.
No, it's cast and it's coming.
Just like the Nova movie.
That's Phase 4. There's not a Nova movie
And the
planned.
Gambit.
Oh, Nova.
Oh my
Nova's
God,
been
the
playing.
Gambit
Nova
movie.
was
No.
playing before Guardians was.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was.
It was a rumor.
No, they wanted to do it.
No,
planned
Nova Corps
a
was
Black
always
Widow
a rumor.
movie too, and then scrapped it.
Right?
They planned everything and
Where are
scrapped
the
it. At
girls
this point.
going?
They're going to be
They're
a new
following.
Rocketeer movie.
Obviously, they're following Chris Pratt around.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Which your eyes glaze over every time you think about him. I watch you.
It's okay. I like Chris Pratt.
He's pretty,
I mean, all I
and
have to
he's
do
very
is
funny.
He's an attractive man.
whenever I want to win
saying
an
that.
argument against the girl, I just say Jason Momoa and watch her drift off. Okay.
He can swim.
Oh, Robin doesn't like Jason Momoa. I like Jason Momoa. He's a very pretty man.
The deviations
Men
from,
can be pretty.
from the
I liked
comic
him
book
better on
story were
Game of
so
Thrones.
far.
Khal Drogo, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what you expected though.
I mean, some deviation, obviously, you know it's going to happen. But the amount of deviation was extensive.
We've deviated entirely from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Is nowhere near the comic book universe.
No,
I
They
just
pulled all
assumed
my favorite
some
parts out of Civil
things,
War.
Because
I'm
with
still
Guardians,
pissed
you
about
can
it.
literally do whatever you want, and you
Oh,
don't
yeah.
have to change anything.
Well, I think that, like I said,
I
I
like
think
the,
everything they did with Guardians was
Steve
perfect.
Natasha.
I would have loved to just had this be about the Creed.
But I really
I'd have been
enjoyed the
happy with
backstory.
that.
We
Or what's that
Like
other
the
race that
naughty-
begins with
like,
the
nah,
Badoons
like
or whatever? That would have been fun too.
And it,
We-
like, makes
We didn't need the
similar-
Kree.
Okay.
Yeah, I needed the Kree personally.
No. The
Yes.
Kree, the Kree is something that's going to come in much later. This is we're building.
Brandon, do you work for them? Do you
No.
know? Do you know these
If
things?
we're going to have a Captain Marvel movie, we're going to have Kree.
We
be
have
part
to.
of
You're
it.
gonna- you
He's
have
not
to.
wrong.
Yeah, we have to have Kree. I
Don't
thought
tell
Kree
him,
were
but
gonna
he's
come-
not wrong.
I expected I thought the Kree were going to happen in the Avengers movie. I thought
I
that's
would.
what
honestly-
How much better would it have been if we didn't have Ultron, but we had the Creed?
Honestly,
That
we're
would
going
be
to
way
see.
better.
Yeah.
I almost don't doubt
if
that we
they
don't.
waited to do Ultron.
They brought it up in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., right?
A little
The Kree?
bit.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. Or
They
the
could have done the
Skrull. I
Creed and
wanna see
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and I'd have been happy.
I wanted to see the Skrull and Kree war. Something about that.
That's the one I was thinking of, the
That's
Skrull, too.
That's like the huge battle.
But the Kree, we're going to probably see, I almost can guarantee it's some part of Infinity War, because I'm sure that Thanos is going to use the Kree to attack Nova to get the stone.
Right.
Yeah.
That's where I see that going, is that in that battle, that's when he steals the stone. Because they're not just going to have him walk in there, grab the stone, and leave. That's not how they're...
Doesn't he, like, kill people and rip stones out of their dead corpses and
Well,
such?
he will do a division.
He's going to have to division.
The fifth element right there.
And actually, from one of the many different
Dr. Strange?
things and tabloids I've read,
Oh, it's in that thing. That's right.
and the again, spoiler, he's going to also have to he should have to rip it out of Adam Warlock, too.
Adam Warlock's not even coming until after Infinity War.
Yeah.
Well...
So.
How's he going to get all of them, then?
Yeah.
I kind of don't want him to show up. Adam Warlock is dangerous as hell.
Yeah.
He's so scary.
I agree.
He's just so scary.
He'll be in the next Guardians movie.
He had better be. I thought he was
Okay,
gonna be in
they
this
can't
movie.
beat him.
We all think that.
Yeah.
But he's not going to be the bad guy. He's going to be the bad guy to begin with, but he's going to have that change of heart thing. It's Adam Warlock. It's not...
Adam Warlock
He
was
plays
a
for
bad
his
guy a
own
while.
team.
Yeah, it's really easy in comic book universes for them to turn characters that aren't necessarily... Because no one's, like, evil
Well, Drax was a
for
bad
the
guy at one
sake
point.
of being evil. It's kind of like, I'm evil because this thing happened, and everybody's like, okay, how about we fix the thing? And they're like, oh,
Well, why
all
they
right.
fix the thing?
That's cool.
Can they make Drax less useless? That would be nice.
I think in the first movie he was moderately useful. Mm-hmm. Not useless.
Listen, and I said this when the first Guardians came out, because I read the comics. I liked Drax.
I liked Gamora. She was always my favorite.
And I liked Gamora too. But if you're going to name a character Drax the
Destroyer.
Destroyer,
He needs to do some more.
He
Do
did
some actual
just-
destroying.
Destroy more stuff.
what did he do? What did he destroy? He sat on a group once? I mean,
He had that. He had that big, huge fight scene near the end.
On the ship and in the prison, he did.
Yeah.
He did a lot of stuff.
I loved the prison.
But
So
it's
beat up-
really hard for a
he
guy
beat up
with
the
two
exact
daggers.
same guys that Brandon and Patrick could beat up.
I mean, I don't really know what Brandon and Patrick do when they're off time, but I
Obviously
don't
not
imagine
Peter,
that they
one
go
of us
and beat
can
up
beat up.
guys, because I can see them.
I mean, Patrick would stop and eat something in between the fights, but
Yeah.
it wasn't like he did much. He's Drax the Destroyer.
Okay,
How much in spaceship battles are your daggers going to really do?
I got daggers. Pew 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 pew. That's not.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead, Gabby.
No, I agree. I think that the new Guardians. I liked the new Guardians.
I liked it, but I wanted
more
more.
than just because they led into it from the last movie, kind of hinting, oh, Daddy's here, whatever, or something like that. But like that's like they just took that
and then they changed the dad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Everybody was a little upset about that.
Yeah, exactly. And like, yeah,
And
don't
I will
know.
admit, going in not knowing that he was playing Ego, I will admit that was cool. I did not
know that.
I don't.
Everywhere.
Did you not check the
I know.
IMDb page?
I just because I was in my mind when they said he's playing his dad, I'm like, oh, cool. They wrote the original story.
Yeah.
Nope.
I feel like when you...
We knew that like weeks after the first
I
Guardians
know.
dropped.
Yeah.
I know. I was hoping.
I feel like when you go see MCU movies, things that, Marvel puts out that are films, I generally go into them outside of the scope of the comics. I'm like, I'm just going to acknowledge that this is going to be, like, not as good as the comic books were, and I'm going to acknowledge that it's going to talk about completely different stuff that I probably won't like, but I'm going to go see it, and I'm not going to complain that it was terrible, because at least, they're catering to an audience.
yeah. And they're trying to bring more characters and more diverse characters. Like Ant-Man came out of the blue. Like,
Yeah.
it was just kind of they're kind of like, we're making Ant-Man movie. They're like,
Ant-Man
oh,
movie.
okay. And then they released the movie, and we're like, wow, this was I really
I was
enjoyed
mad
that movie.
about that.
I was a little mad about certain parts just because
I just-
Ant-Man helped make Ultron, and they didn't even
Yeah.
consider putting him in Age of Ultron.
I
But
really didn't want the Hank Pym Ant-Man. But after seeing the Scott Lang Ant-Man, I really did want the Hank Pym.
yeah, I agree with that. I agree with. Well,
I enjoyed the some of the like comedy in that movie was very amusing.
Yeah.
Oh, it was
like I
spot
really
on.
liked
And the
graphics were amazing.
Our buddy David, you were great in that movie.
yeah.
my
What?
favorite thing was still when he was like, they're like, where are you going to get a job? I have a master's degree in like bioelectrical engineering. I think I'll be fine. And then he works at Baskin Robbins.
Robin.
And I was like, oh my god, it's everyone's
And he
life.
got
Complete with
fired
the
from
apron.
Baskin Robbins.
Yeah.
With the apron
Nice.
and the hat.
How low have you sunk in your life to get fired from Baskin Robbins?
Low as an ant.
Oh,
And they're trying.
Hi, this is Tom Kane,
more-
the voice of a Jedi Master named Yoda, and you're listening to Fanatics and the Fan.
Having Spider-Man for years. years, and then they try to reboot it,
and it's not great.
Has everyone seen the latest sneak peek video release from the Infinity